Hey, School Zone audience, Matt coming at you here from Central Texas. It is a hot summer late June day here in Texas. Bianca, I'm not sure what it is like in Rhode Island, but I get it. I'm guessing it's cooler than it is here in Texas right now.
I would guess so. It's about 75 today.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
What did you say yours was? What did you say your temperature was?
Oh, I'm sorry, you're cutting out. It was about 75 degrees in Rhode Island this morning.
Oh man, that's awesome. I wish I So Bianca, you are with Chubby Chico Charms. Give
Yep,
us a little
that's right.
background on you. How did you get started in, or what did you do previous, and how did you get involved in the school fundraising world?
Absolutely. About 12 years ago, my mother had always had a jewelry company. She had another jewelry company prior to Chubby Chico Charms. Rhode Island for a long time was the jewelry capital of the country before manufacturing went overseas. So jewelry in Rhode Island, you could throw a stone and hit a jewelry company at one time. But it had kind of tapered off in the late 90s, and it was an industry that wasn't really blossoming in Rhode Island. It had pretty much all been done overseas. And my mom had said she wanted to start this company. She wanted to try something new. And, I had said before that she tricked me. It was supposed to be help her out for about a year or so when my son was little. And 12 years later, here we are, 50, 5,500 square foot facility in North Providence, 20 plus employees. I mean, it's really kind of taken over. But initially, it was my mother and I in her dining room in her home. That's where we started. And now it's just completely taken off.
Now, was it initially charms and jewelry and all that?
It,
That
it
just for
Yeah, it was. It started out as just charms, actually. It started out as we were doing them for other companies and for other people. And finally, we said, we can do everything they're doing and better. So that's what we started to do, a finished line of jewelry. And now we're expanding into home and beauty products, which is coming out. It came out a little bit last Christmas, and now we're definitely pushing full force with that this year. So that's definitely something to look out for.
So was your mom, or do you have family background in the jewelry business, or how did all that happen?
Yeah, so my parents both worked in jewelry in middle, early 80s when the jewelry industry was still alive and kicking in Rhode Island. So they have extensive backgrounds in jewelry. When I came in, I had more of a background in nothing because I was straight out of high school when I initially got started. And over the last 12 years, learned quite a bit about more the business side of things.
Outstanding. So what was it that was kind of the aha moment that got you guys involved with the schools?
We had been approached by several schools that all had said, could you do our logo? Could you do our mascot and create that into a jewelry line? And that's exactly how we started. So we have done probably 6 or 7 thousand custom designs for schools and teams and charity walks and women's organizations and all kinds of stuff, and still do that now. So we create your custom logo, your custom mascot with your custom colors. And that's kind of where we started. And then we had a couple of requests for people who didn't want to do their mascot because some of the mascots were outdated or kind of ugly. So they said, could we basically start a fundraising program that was items that would appeal to everyone?
Awesome. So you said that you've been doing the charm stuff for quite a while. Talk a little bit about, you said home care type stuff. How does that tie in, and
Yes,
what type of thing are you guys going to be doing there?
absolutely. So we have always kind of had a real passion for making sure that our materials were American made and handmade, because we have seen what overseas manufacturing has done to manufacturers in the US, and we have been a part of that. Quite a few companies that I had known are now closed down because manufacturing has left the state. So we, again, were approached by several schools that said, you know, we love the jewelry, but is there a way we could get more products, a bigger catalog, more selection? And so we originally had partnered with a local company to make handmade soaps and candles. And then once we realized that we could do it ourselves and have more control over the materials, the products, and where they're coming from. So now we have expanded our facility to include soap, lotion, bath bombs, candles, and we're actually looking for more products with an extreme focus on non-GMO'd, organic, locally sourced, you know, because you're giving these to your children and you're using them in your home. So we want to make sure that they're the highest quality that they can be. And with that, still giving the schools a huge profit with our program. The schools profit 50% of all sales, which from what we have heard in the fundraising industry is pretty up there. Most, you know, are much lower percentage, but we want to make sure the money is going to where it needs to and that the schools are benefiting from running the program.
That's awesome. So the name of the company is Chubby Chico Charms.
It is.
Does that stay, or do you guys have a different name moving forward to work, you know, with all these other offshoots of your original program, or talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we've discussed it internally, and, you know, we love the name. It's something that means quite a bit to me and to my family. Kind of a brief explanation of the name, because we get that question a lot. You know, what does that mean, and why is that name so long? And, you know, people get confused. But originally, when I was pregnant for my son, and this is all up on the website, they can read more in depth, but I'll give a quick version. When I was pregnant for my son, it was a very difficult pregnancy. And so I was told he may not make it. You know, went into labor a bunch of times and NICU scares and all this stuff. And so I didn't have a name picked because you're so focused on this test and that test and this doctor. We didn't have a name. So but we knew he was a boy. So I'm half Hispanic and his father's Hispanic. And so we just started calling him Chico, which is just boy in Spanish, because we had no idea what to call this baby. And, you know, all these scares, but yet he was born. He was, you know, fortunately he was healthy, and he came home and he was this chubby little baby boy. And we're like, oh, he's a Chubby Chico. And that name started as a joke, but stuck. And to this day, he's almost 13 and we're still calling him Chubby Chico. So it's an odd name, but because it's so sentimental to us, we are keeping it, and any new products will all be labeled under the Chubby Chico Charms, you know, brand.
Awesome. Initially, what was the process you took from just, you know, I would assume working with some schools there locally to now working with schools literally all over the place? I mean, how did all that come together? You know, how did you go over the last 12 or 13 years to being just an idea over the kitchen table to now, you know, being a substantial company?
A lot of it was word of mouth. We were fortunate enough that the program ran so well and the schools made a good amount of money that they would spread the word. And so for a little while, I mean, we had a kind of a cap on what we could handle for the first few years, because it was me and my mom and my dad and my brother for a little while. And we were, you know, but now we've pushed the program as far as it can go. So of course we focus a lot on social media, and we send out samples to anyone that requests a sample of the program. We'll send a packet out with all the information, a free bracelet, a free sample of lotion, to really get people interested in the program and kind of excited about it. in my experience, I found that with fundraising, there's a lot of information to go over. And so sometimes the organizers can get a little bombarded. And we found that our packet is a quick, fast overview of the program, why it's beneficial, and some samples so you can see the quality of the product. And that's something we still continue. There's a form people can fill out on our website to request a free sample.
So do you guys work all over the country, or do you primarily work in the Northeast, or?
No, it's been all over the country, right from preschools up until colleges. We have really found that the program itself is beneficial regardless of the grade or the income in the area, because there's quite literally something for everyone.
Let's get to the foundation of it all, the charms. Talk a little bit about that as far as, who's an ideal school to partner with you guys. Well, I assume there's some sort of setups or minimums or something for you guys to work with the school. Talk us through that.
Absolutely. We actually have very low minimums, and there's no setup fees. So we will custom design like I said, your logo or your mascot with no startup cost. We will send photographs of the completed pieces. And at that point, we have some schools that order from that moment, get the products in hand, and then sell them at their local football games and PTA meetings and all that. And then some actually will take the photos and create flyers. We do have a downloadable order sheet on our website that they can download and make copies. And they would give each student the flyer with the order form for them to take home and encourage family and friends to purchase to support the school. That's our custom program. And then our catalog program, something similar. We'll send every student a catalog and order sheet, and actually a prize program for the kids. So if they are, elementary and middle, they will get prizes for the amount that they sell. And high schoolers will get gift cards, Amazon gift cards, because that's the big thing all the young kids are into, is the Amazon shopping. So we've found that we could take the best portions of all the programs out there, tweak it, and we feel that we have supplied the best program that we can possibly come up with. The organizers, everything is pre-packed, pre-labeled, so it's easy for them. The kids earn prizes, and the school gets, like I said, 50% of everything they sell.
So for the catalog program, is that catalog program for charms, or is that a catalog program that encompasses charms and the other programs or the other products that you put on board as well? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. The catalog program has a little something for everyone. So not only does it have all the jewelry products, it has some men's items as well, some home products, some beauty products. So we feel it really has something that no matter who the students bring it home to, the family and friends can find something. And it's all affordable. We have found a lot of fundraising programs, some of the products are just kind of expensive. And, if the school is raising money, that's probably, they're in need of the money. And so sometimes the parents don't have $100 to spend per kid. If you're a family with 2 or 3 children, that's hard. So all the products are, $20-ish. And like I said, the school gets 50% of everything. So we've tried really hard to keep costs low, quality high, and ensure that the kids get something out of it as well.
Are there certain times of the year that are typical that you guys are going to work with schools? I assume you can work with them any time of the year, but are there certain times that are more popular or that you find most schools end up partnering with you during?
Absolutely. I would say September through December, it is just all hands on deck. That's definitely the season that people kind of go bananas. We do have quite a few schools signing up right now to reserve their spot for the holiday season. And then, of course, in January, they start reserving their spots for Mother's Day for the big Mother's Day fundraising opportunity. So, I would definitely say that, sooner is better than later if you want to secure a position. And this is the ideal program to run for the holidays. People are purchasing gifts anyways. And like I said, because there's something for everyone, they can do quite a bit of their Christmas shopping, their holiday shopping in one spot, and the school benefits from that.
So if a school wants to work with you guys, what's the process to kind of get up and running? What timetable do most schools normally, have their sale period or whatever?
Sure. So it's fairly simple. They can go right on our website. There is a form to be completed. Once that contact form has been filled out, we'll give you a call or an email and just kind of confirm all the information, make sure we have everything we need. And once that's been completed, we will send out, usually within about a week, we'll send out all of your catalogs and all of your packets. So it's a fairly quick process on our end. Most schools run their fundraiser at least a couple weeks. You want to give the students enough time to take everything home, let the parents look at everything, make their decisions, and have enough time to return it back to the school. Everything can be done online, so they can scan their orders, send them to us, or if they're more comfortable, they can physically mail them in as well. And then we would send for the 50% that is owed to us. And once that has been paid, we send out the products again within about a week, and with shipping, get them in a couple days. And like I said, they're all pre-packed, so the organizers just unbox and hand to the students.
So if they're doing custom charms, what kind of time does it normally take for you guys to do that design to actually have that custom charm with their mascot or whatever?
It's still a fairly quick process. Once you send us over your agreement and a JPEG or a PDF of the logo, we can send you sample photos within about 6 business days.
That's awesome. Are they silver? Do you have different metal options? How does that work?
Sure. All of our metal is genuine American pewter. Lead, nickel, and cadmium free. So we adhere to all the standards from the California Prop 65 because they have the highest standards for jewelry. So we adhere to those because if we're safe in California, then we know the rest of the country is perfectly fine. It's all pewter, and it has like a silver look to it, but it is not as costly as sterling silver. And then, of course, all of the beads are crystal. We've got, 16 colors to choose from. There's quite a selection. So if a school has something that they're looking for in particular, we're fairly confident that we can accommodate.
So is there anything that we haven't yet covered, Bianca, that you want to leave with the school's own audience before we kind of wrap things up?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of confirming that, we are confident in our program. We've gotten a lot of feedback from hundreds and hundreds of schools that have run the program and loved it. They run it a couple times a year. The catalogs change a couple times a year. We want to make sure that they're something fresh and new for the parents to see every time that a school would run the fundraiser. And, it's affordable. We are in a state that has definitely some high income areas, but a lot of low income. And we feel that the program works well across the board. If a mom can only afford, $20 to help her school, I feel that there should be a program out there that accommodates that. And like I said, a lot of parents don't have $100 per kid in multiple children families. That's a difficult thing to contribute to the school. So this is something that if they can and they have a higher bracket that they can spend for fundraising, sure. But if not, then that's okay too. And I think the biggest feedback that we've gotten from the schools is, it's American made, it's high quality. When people get the products, they don't feel like they overpaid or feel that some of the feedback we've gotten is that like some of the edible fundraisers, they actually get the product in hand and they feel like a little duped. They feel that they overpaid. Our feedback has been high quality. All the teachers are excited about it. And it's a product that's easy to sell. If a school district wants to get involved with jewelry, home products, and beauty products, I mean, that's a lot of different fields to hit. And 100%, we feel that we are definitely cutting edge when it comes to the fundraising department. And, we've got about 10,000 charm styles in our general stock. So we feel that if a school is looking for something, we can accommodate.
So Bianca, what's the best way for people to reach out to get more information on you guys?
Absolutely. So our website is the number one place to stop. It's chubbychicocharms.com. If you're big into social media, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter if you would like. You can send a message right through any of those channels and we can get back to you with all the information. And then, of course, on our website is our phone number. Feel free to give us a call and we'll explain the program and answer any questions that you may have.
Bianca Alicea, I appreciate you being on the School Zone.
No
This
problem.
has been great to get a chance to meet you and learn about what you guys are up to. It's inspiring, too, that you guys started this thing right in your home, and here we are years later, and you guys are helping schools literally all over the country raise money and provide for the kids within those schools. So appreciate you joining us in the School Zone.
Absolutely. And, I also want to provide to the schools that we are women-owned, minority-owned, Better Business Bureau accredited. We've won Small Business Administration Award and been featured in quite a few publications about the program. So it's getting a lot of buzz and people are really excited. And so I hope that people like the program and are encouraged to give it a try.
Awesome. Bianca, thanks a lot and have a good one.
You too.